Hello friends, I hope you all are doing well. This video is the sixth lecture of my 14 days beginners to advanced level pivottable course. If you have missed the previous videos, then for your convenience, I have placed the link of playlist in the description section of this video. You can navigate through the playlist and watch the video of your choice. In my last lecture, I showed you then how you can create a pivot table from data tables existing in different sheets of the same workbook. And in that video, you witnessed that I created a link between those tables by using a pivot table analyze relationship tab. That technique seems particularly useful, but sometimes it won't help. And every time you try to drag any header field in the pivot table section, you come across a big yellow dialog box indicating that the relationship has not been established, despite the fact that you created relationships effectively in the relationship tab. The good news is that Excel has a built-in feature recognized as power pivots that help us to overcome this issue. So in today's video, I am going to share with you the way to make relationships by using power pivots in Excel. Power pivot is not an Excel add-in, but it is an Excel feature that already exists in every Excel version. But we have to enable it in order to use it. So let's walk through the process of activating it. Go to File tab, click on it, go to Options, and in Add-ins option, you will find the option of Manage at the bottom of the dialog box. Click on it, select COM add-ins from here, and then click Go. Here you will find the option of Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. Click on it and press OK. As soon as you hit OK, you will witness the tab with name Power Pivot in your main menu. So in today's video, we will see how we can use Power Pivot to create connections among different data sources. Here you can see I have three different sheets and I want to create a big pivot table containing information about all these header fields that are existing in these three sheets. So let's first convert our data into Excel tables quickly. Let's begin with the first sheet. Place your cursor on any text-filled cell, press Ctrl A and then press Ctrl T, click OK, and let's rename this table as Products Info. Then move to second sheet, press Ctrl A, press Ctrl T, press OK, and let's name it as Customers underscore info. Then move to third sheet, press Ctrl A, press Ctrl T, and press OK, and let's name it as Order Info. Now let's create a pivot table from here. Press Ctrl A, go to Insert, click on Pivot Table, check this box, add this data to the data model and press OK. So here we are with our pivot table navigator sheet. Let's rename it as pivot table and let's drag it to the end. In pivot table field, switch from active to all section and here you will find all your tables existing in the field section. But they are not ready to work with if I try to put sales in value section and let's drag clients from customer info in the raw section. Here you will see a big yellow box indicating that connection has not been established and it is prompting us to create it. So let's first create connections by using Power Pivot. Remove it from here and send all fields back. Then go to Power Pivot, click on it and go to Manage Sections. Here you can see that all your three sheets are appearing in the Power Pivot dashboard. From here, go to Diagram View. So here you are seeing your different headers that were existing in your tables in the form of boxes. Here we have to find a primary key that we can use to create connection. My primary key is order ID. As you can see, order ID is appearing in order info. Order ID is also appearing in products info and similarly order ID is also available in customers info. Before we start making connections, there are certain things that you must be aware of. The direction of connection is important. Let's understand it with example. Here I am assuming that I have two tables. The one table contains information separated over 21350 rows, and my second table is the subset of the first table, and it is containing information separated over 100 rows. So while making connection, it is important to note that the direction of your arrow must be from the small dataset towards the large dataset. If you try to do it otherwise, then you won't be able to work with your pivot table header fields in an effective way. So be very careful while making connections. In our example, we are dealing with three tables that are similar, but if you work with any dataset that contains information separated over different length of rows, then be very careful while creating the connections. So let's start making our connections. I am now going to change some alignments for my convenience. I am putting order info at the second level, and I am also bringing customer info at the second level, and now I am going to connect order ID of my order info with the order ID of products info. Okay, double click on this, and here you can see it looks like similar to the relationship tab that we used in our last lecture. Click OK, and here you can see the connection has been established between our products info table and our order info table. Now let's do the same thing with customers info table. I am going to connect order ID of my customers info with the order ID of my products info. Double click on the connection and press OK. Now let's see what we have achieved so far by creating these connections. Let's try our model. So I am dragging clients in the row section from customers info, and here I would like to drag sales from products info into value section. And here you can witness that I am again seeing the yellow dialog box indicating that the connection has not been established while I have created it. So let's try to reverse our connection direction. I am putting back the sum and clients field to the pivot table field section, and let's move to our connection section. Click on it to delete it, and now let's change the direction of connection, and here I am going to make a new connection from order ID of products info to order ID of customers info. The direction has been reversed. Double click on it and press OK. Now let's minimize it again. Let's try with a new connection direction. So here I am going to put sales in the value section, and from customers info I am going to put clients in the row section. I am not getting any error. This means we have successfully created our relationships. Now let's drag products in the filter section, and let's try to work with these. Let's select arrow flare series, and here we can see our client who has purchased our arrow flare series, and here we are seeing the sum of sales. This means pivot table is ready to work with. Now let's try to bring in any header field from orders info table. I am going to place order status in row section, and here you can see we are again receiving the error. So let's fix it first. Remove the order status from here. Go to your diagram view. Let's reverse the direction of this connection as well. Press delete and delete from model. Connect order ID of products info with order ID of order info. And here we are with our connection. Double click on the connection, press OK. Minimize it, and let's check what has happened in our pivot table section. Drag order status here, and you can see order status. So this is the main advantage of working with power pivots, because if your connections are not right, you get to know them immediately. You can just change the direction of your connections in diagram view and get your work corrected immediately. So I prefer to use power pivot diagram section to make connections instead of using pivot table analyze relationship tools, because in that case you never get to know where you are doing mistake. But in Power Pivot diagram view, you can easily locate your mistake and you can work with different directions of connections to make it right. So I hope you liked today's video. If you are new to my channel, then do subscribe to it so that you can benefit from upcoming videos. And let me know in the comment section that which method of creating relationships you like the most. In my upcoming videos, I am going to share with you more tips and tricks to use Power Pivots and Power Query for data analysis. This is all for today. Thank you for your time. Stay blessed. Have a good day.